You're listening to Ideas and Leaders podcast.
It seems like that message versus, for example, for my other TEDx talk, another message that had a bit few views, but that message seems to resonate. And why is always, it's always a question mark, so to speak. But the talk was about, the premise is that great leadership starts with self-leadership. So that great leaders, like the first element of leadership is leading yourself, basically, before you lead others. And it seems like that across the globe, that seems to be resonating, that message there. And I'm a firm believer of it, because I've seen, like, especially the higher you go, as we all know, if we take businesses, if you move up the ranks, so to speak, and become responsible for an organization, depending on how the leadership model is, self-organized areas and so on, but in general, very often there are general management roles and so on, be that country heads or total company heads or organization heads or whatever it is. And the more you get into this one, let's put it like this, the less open feedback very often you have, because you're the person who is in charge. And I've seen that time and again. I see it now with the people I work with, that can be a challenge. I mean, of course, they are very experienced leaders and very experienced individuals, but the less resonant, the less feedback, the less guidance and so on you yourself have, the more it's reliant on you. And this is a hard and stressful thing. And I think the one thing that can really help there and also deal with a lot of leadership problems is investing time into self-leadership, leading yourself first. So which means, like, all the things that we talk about leadership, like setting the vision, giving guardrails, giving feedback, doing reflection moments, breaking barriers for people and so on, you should also apply to yourself. So leading yourself. And very often people say, as the person that oneself is the hardest person to lead. And that's what I address in this talk. Like, I think, like, fundamentally, to get out of what I call sometimes the fundamental leadership problems that some people have. And what are these? It's not enough time. Very often in a lot of areas, it's not enough time. You always have people challenges, basically. The people you work with, there's always conflict, differences, people want to go. That's normal. It's not, it's absence of conflict is not per se a good sign, because it's normal when people work together. And then there's the thing of power. Like, of course, you are the only individual person, and that means sometimes that people don't talk with you, Ejma, don't share that often the feedback. And that combination of this, it's very fast conflict and so on, very often then tends people, even with extremely good intentions, to become very often these micromanagers, these, if you want to have a job done well, you need to do it yourself. And then you dive into this. And that then can lead to not so nice situations and micromanagement and sometimes even this directional leadership. You do that, you do that, you do that, which in a crisis might work, but in general, people very often across the globe don't feel that comfortable with. So what is the one thing, and also in that talk that I recommend, is to invest time into self-leadership.
Thank you for listening to Ideas and Leaders podcast.